Ohio. We're high on Ohio. These stories inform and inspire through the words of people who make Ohio home. Good news and good ideas, identifying and acknowledging the excellence that is all around us. This is Gene Krebs, and on behalf of the Center for Community Solutions, I'm here today interviewing Nora Balduff, who is the Director of Child and Senior Nutrition here at the Ohio Association of Foodbanks. We're here today on behalf of the Center for Community Solutions to help understand how Ohio works and how this great state does things and how we could do things better. So thank you very much, Nora, for agreeing to come in and talk to us today. So tell us, first of all, and you're here representing, if you will, the youth a little bit, and so one of the things that the youth is absolutely baffled by is how did anybody get to be in a position of power and prestige and influence? So how did you fetch up in your role here with the Ohio Association of Foodbanks?
Well, I came to the association several years ago, about 7 years ago, and I was a volunteer. So I took a volunteer opportunity here.
I've heard this increasingly from folks. This is often the entry point into these types of positions.
Absolutely, and it works for the employer, it works for the future employee. You get a sense of the organization, a sense of the people you'll be working with, a sense of their commitment to their mission, and they get a sense of you as well. And so I worked on the precursor to Medicare Part D, working with folks in communities across Ohio, talking to them about some changes that would be coming up with Medicare, and soon after that I was hired as an executive assistant to Lisa Hamler-Fugit, my executive director now. So I was able to do that while I was in school. I got my master's in social work and moved into the position where I am now.
Okay, very interesting. And so what exactly do you do here?
I work on child and senior nutrition in particular, so talking about these really vulnerable populations in Ohio, programs that are available to them, the need to strengthen these programs, and the effectiveness of programs in meeting their healthcare needs and meeting their food needs and meeting some of their most basic needs. I also work on a variety of special projects that may come up. So recently we submitted our third waiver request to USDA to allow for reimbursements for meals that are taken home on weekends through backpack programs. So they would be reimbursed the same way a school meal would be reimbursed, the same way an after-school snack or meal would be reimbursed. So testing new projects and things like that. I do a variety of things. I think in the social service world, everyone wears many, many hats. You better get used to that. Your job is all the jobs.
You are representing for the moment here all the young millennials.
Oh dear. Okay.
And you're involved here in a very strong, socially driven advocacy. Mm-hmm. And speaking now on behalf of all millennials all across Ohio, what attracted you to this, and do you think that you are unique amongst millennials, or do you think that you are fairly typical of the millennials for having this be such a prominent issue for you?
I feel like I'm typical of a lot of millennials, a lot of people of my generation. I think I'm unique in my position right now, and being able to do what I can do, the power of support that I have behind me, the work that's been done ahead of me already. I work for a respected, pretty powerful organization as far as advocacy and public policy goes, and so I am lucky to have some of their reputation carried with me. That trust is given to me a little bit. So I'm unique in that, but I feel like I share just a desire for a better world, a true desire for a better world.
Is that unique to you, or is it much reflective of your entire generation, do you think?
I think it is reflective of my entire generation. What we do about that, I think, may be different. So, the challenges of everyday life, having a family, having children, or having a job where it doesn't quite pay you enough. So those daily struggles can take away from the luxury of being able to, spend your working hours on advocacy and public policy. But I think the desire the sense of shared community, I think, is still there. I think the real desire to change the world, to see a vision and to embrace that vision and to work really hard to make that vision happen, I think we have that energy. We have a commitment. If we're given a chance, we can do amazing things.